All right, hi everyone. So today we will meet again about the new discussion, which is about the bureaucracy. And then, if previous day you already have the examination, I mean like midterm examination. So I think that yeah, you know what I was mentioned about the time, about the management, about the your reading materials and so on and so forth. So just pay attention for that, and then please have the good management time for the next examination. So today we will have the discussion about bureaucracy. I think if we're talking about the government science or government studies, most people know about the I think people will talking about the government, about the bureaucracy. So, yeah, let's start our discussion today. Okay, so here it is, our materials. Yeah, so guys, if you are thinking about bureaucracy, what do you think? I mean, like, what what the words will appears in your mind? Do you think something? Okay, so well, basically, the bureaucracy is that refers to the organization that is complex with multi-layer system and process. These systems are pure, designed to maintain uniformity and control with an organization. So, bureaucracy describes that established method in the large organization or the government. For example, an oil company may establish a bureaucracy to compel its employees to complete safety check when operating an oil rig. So the keyword for the bureaucracy is first, bureaucracy implies a complex structure with multiple layers and procedures that make decision making slow, and bureaucracies can render system formal and rigid, which is um, desirable in contexts where following safety procedure is critical. And for example, for the U.S. government has used its bureaucracy effectively in the past. For example, in establishing the Glass-Steagall Act in the finance sector. So yeah, that's bureaucracy. So bureaucracy means or bureaucracy will refer to organization in the government. That's a simple words that I can share with you if we are talking about the bureaucracy. Even uh, even the bureaucracy itself have the many meanings or have the many characteristics when we are talking about bureaucracy, but in the simple word we can call the bureaucracy with organization in the government. That's the bureaucracy. So how a bureaucracy works, I mean like labels such as the bureaucrat or bureaucratic and bureaucracy often have the negative connotation, right? Because yeah, sometimes if we are in Indonesia or other country, if we are talking about the agency in government, which is bureaucracy, they will have the negative connotation. I mean, like, for example, mm, the slow works, and then corruption, and then many more, so on and so forth. So, bureaucrats imply government personnel, and the term bureaucratic imply that set methods are more important than efficiency. However, there is a more balanced way to look at bureaucracy. So what I mentioned about the bureaucracy, um, there will be words like bureaucrat, bureaucratic, and also bureaucracy. Once again, bureaucrat means the personal or people, and bureaucratic is the methods, and then the bureaucracy is like how we can there is a more balanced way to look at bureaucracy. So the bureaucratic process lends itself to criticism. It is often considered to be synonymous with redundancy, arbitrariness, and also inefficiency. One common satirical definition of bureaucracy is that the art of making the possible impossible. So that's the negative way. I mean, like, yeah, b- um, I already mentioned about the bureaucracy. Some people or many people in the world thinking about the bureaucracy is the negative side, and then how to how to say or how to uh, give give the negative word give the negative word for bureaucracy, or give the definition word of the bureaucracy. It's the art of making the possible impossible. Yeah, that's kind of the problem of bureaucracy. Um we why the government or why people try to call the bureaucracy like that? So we will discuss it more in the next slide. So actually, when we try to define or have the definition about the bureaucracy and thinking about the bureaucracy, here's some thoughts about the bureaucracy, because if we are talking about bureaucracy, there are a lot of people or a lot of scholars try to make the definition about the bureaucracy itself. So first, yeah, as I mentioned before, what is the bureaucracy? Bureaucracy is the organization that refer with the government. So in here, the definition of bureaucracy is an organizational work order that addresses to hierarchy and rules. So the bureaucracy is um, how to say bureaucracy is commonly referred to the hierarchy and the rules. And some thought on bureaucracy is the first. Gaetano Mosca, he said that based, the bureaucracy is based on the elite theory. There are those who rule and some are governed. So yeah, Gaetano Mosca tried to relate the bureaucracy with the elite theory, and of course, the bureaucracy is someone who have the rule and who have govern of the government. So, and then the second one, Robert Michels, said that the development of Mosca's thinking. I mean, like Robert tried to deploy the Mosca's thinking. So Robert Michels tried to add something that is the ruling class will try to maintain power while the governed will seek a safe position at work. So yeah, if we some people know that if we are just looking job in the government, so it means you save your life, right? So how to get or how to seek a safe position at the work? That's the point. And then how to maintain the power? Because if we are talking about the government, it will correlate with the power, correlate with the position, something like that. And what about Hegel? Hegel is the famous or familiar philosopher. Hegel said that um, the state has the authority to make policies, the one implementing the policies in the bureaucracy. So it's meant that, you know, for the bureaucracy itself, Hegel state that it's different with the political power and also the implementation power. I mean, like there are different position in the state. There will be a politic or elite that make a policy, such as the legislative, our DPR, and then there is a implementing policy or implementator, such as bureaucracy. So the two things, I mean, like Hegel's state that there are differentiation between the someone that make authority and someone who become implementator. So once again, Hegel argue that people with the power will make the policies, which is our DPR or representative members and or legislative members, and who will implementate or who will become the implementator. That's bureaucracy. And for the fourth, Weber. Yeah, this one is also feels so very famous in the word. Weber says that organizational rationality to achieve a high level of efficiency. So the keyword is that rationality. So how a government or how the organization try to make the rationality to achieve a high level of efficiency. So efficiency means that in this section refers to the government work. So that's the definition of and thinking about the or thought about the bureaucracy. Well, basically, as I mentioned before, that actually bureaucracy is not the same as a governance or administration. Some administrative structures are not bureaucratic, and many bureaucratic are not part of administrative structure. The difference lie in objective of each system. So if we are talking about the you know, government, and we try to know about the administration and also bureaucratic, some countries say that that's difference position or difference definition. But sometimes in some countries, like our countries in Indonesia, um, say that, I mean, like they think that the government or the administration, it's also the bureaucracy. All right, so the next is about the, yeah, when I'm talking about the rationality of the Weber bureaucracy, because we mentioned about the fourth thought about the bureaucracy, and then the last one is about the Weber. And Weber said that Weber said the organizational with the rationality, right? So in these sections, I mean, like in Web, according to the Weber, bureaucracy is a legal authority has the following characters. Okay, so before we're talking about that thoughts, I mean, like that's characteristic. So what is about the rationality itself? Rationality is mean the state or quality of being rational or logic. So the rationality also have the reasonable or logical opinion. So that's the rationality. Okay, so when we are talking about the Weber thought about the rationality of bureaucracy, there are several characteristics here that you can see, which are 9 characteristics. First is the existence of continuous rules. I mean, like the continuous rules means a structure where administrators have a full-time salary and advance within the structure. So that's the continuous rule. Remember that Weber defined the bureaucracy as the hierarchy and rules. So of course, the first thing that being the character of the Weber bureaucracy is about the rules. Second one, there are there is a division of tasks. So in bureaucracy, I mean like everybody have their own position. So that they the Weber said that division of tasks means that everybody in the organizational, I mean like in the government organizational, they have their own positions. And there is a hierarchy, of course. Hierarchy means that clearly defined spheres of competence and divisions of labor. So that's the also connect with division of tasks. And then there are rules that are technical and legal in nature. Yeah, legal rational. And then there is an impersonal character so that members do not act on behalf of individuals. That's the point. I mean like mm, people in the organization, you know, they have they have to think about the organizational goals. And office holder is not the same as his position. There is an administration based on the source written documents. The system of legal authority can take various forms and also about the merit system. So I think in the ninth number, I mean like point ninth, we will talking more about the merit system, and then it will yeah, try to give you an angel about the merit system in bureaucracy. So actually, um, all the characteristic means that, for example, in personality, pres prescript rules and operating rules rather than arbit arbitrary actions. So, what is merit system? Actually, merit system is that the process of promoting and hiring government employees based on their ability to perform a job rather than on their political connections. It is the opposite of the spoils system. So actually, our government in Indonesia tries to implement or apply the merit system because that's not only about the how old you are, how many years that you already been employees in that institution, but merit system is try to promote people with high position, and no matter how old you are, no matter what is your background, but if you are capable in that position, you will you will get the promotion, and you will get to that position based on your ability. So actually, merit system is try to find people with high ability and commitment to give the public a service, because you know that bureaucracy is about how government serve to people, give the public serve to people. So actually, merit system is, yeah, I think this is a good way to make the bureaucracy has the positive side or positive thinking, because through merit system we will have the, you know, people or someone that really have ability to um have that position. I mean, like, yeah, the position in the government is based on your performance, it's based on your ability that you can show to other people. And then if the government try to promote you, yeah, you just do that what you can do. So that's merit system. So actually, the importance of merit system in a workplace is to provide good quality work to the public, as I mentioned before, right? And when the merit is truly assessed in the process of hiring or promotion personnel, an honest, effective, and productive workplace is created. As I mentioned before, that if it is through the correct assessment, we will find people with right ability, with a right performance, and we can create a workplace with effective and also productivity. So employees build an organization, and the service they provide to customers allow the organization to be successful. So that's the point. Okay, so what about the position of the bureaucracy towards politics? There are two dimensions or two paradigma that you can learn, and then yeah, Pa Awang already gave you the question about this topic. So actually, Indonesia, or maybe in your country, you can choose your country. The position of the bureaucracy toward politics is the dichotomy or synergy. So we will try to discuss this. First, dichotomy paradigma. Bureaucracy must be separated. So the keyword is separated. Dichotomy is about the separated between bureaucracy and also the politics. So politics is in charge of making policies, while the bureaucracy carry out the policies. I mean, like, we if you remember about the Hegel state, if you remember about the Hegel state, he said that the the policymaker and also the implementator is different. The policymaker is about the legislative or representative bodies, and for the implementator is about the bureaucracy. That's the same thing, or that's the same definition about the dichotomy paradigma. So once again, the dichotomy paradigma is the bureaucracy must be separated from politics. So politics only making the policy, while the bureaucracy will carry out, or bureaucracy will apply the policy. So one of the countries that has successfully implemented this is in Germany. So because there is a separation and only the coordination line, so between bureaucracy and also the politics, they have different room, they have different, authority. So the prerequisites for the success of the dichotomy paradigma is the first, good bureaucratic capacity. Yeah, because separation, politics cannot interfere the bureaucracy. Politics or legislative only have the this only assign the policy, while bureaucracy have to implement the policy that already assigned by politics. So that's why these prerequisites for the success of dichotomy are good bureaucracy capacity. Second, an equal position of bureaucracy with politics, because there is no, like if in Indonesia, the highest position is always about the legislative members, right? And the bureaucracy, yeah, I think the bureaucracy have the lower position than politics, and it's easy to politics interfere the bureaucracy. And the third thing that the important is dichotomy paradigma will give the independent bureaucracy, because that I mentioned before, the independent bureaucracy means that because politics and also bureaucracy only have the coordination line, because there are two, both are separate, so it will make the bureaucracy independent, of course. That's the beneficial from the dichotomy paradigma. And the second one, about the synergy paradigma. So this means that bureaucracy together. So you know the differences, right? Dichotomy is must be separated, but synergy must be together with politics to formulate and implement policy. So one of the successful example is in Japan. So, you know, like a synergy paradigma will give the beneficial for the both parties, bureaucracy and also the politics. Of course, first, high bureaucratic morality will have the teamwork, a good teamwork, and then negotiation skills. Because, you know, if two people difference, I mean, like, because if we are in the different background, and then we have to make the together work together, I mean in the teamwork, we, yeah, of course, all people, I mean, like both sides in bureaucracy and also the politics will have the, you know different point of view if we are talking about the policy. So that's make the negotiation skill high. I mean, like you will have the negotiation skill because you are guys work together, and then work together to formulate and also implement the policy. So that's why the bureaucracy and also the politics have to tend, I mean, if you agree with the policy, why, and then if you not agree with the policy, why, and then, yeah, that's the negotiation skill, how to make the rationality, why you just tend to be agree, why you tend to be not agree, and so forth. So that's, I think that's good enough if the bureaucracy and also the politics will have work together to make the formulation and then to implement the policy. That's the beneficial. So the things or the question is, which one Indonesia or your country apply? Is that the dichotomy paradigma or synergy paradigma, and why? You have to answer that question in my class. Actually, dichotomy and also synergy not only have the beneficial but also have the weaknesses. Okay, maybe for the weaknesses we can try to discuss in my class, and then maybe you can give the a bit of your answer with the weaknesses of both of paradigma in bureaucracy. Okay, so yeah, again, because if, even we have the international student, I hope that you guys can know about the Indonesia country. How does the bureaucracy in Indonesia? We bit discuss with this case. First, bureaucracy in Indonesia is called by ASN or State Civil Apparatus. ASN consists of PNS, civil servant, and also PPPK, government employees with work agreement. And then you can open the regulation in law number 5 of 2014. That's regulate about the civil servant, about the ASN. The third one, bureaucratic paradigma in Indonesia is dichotomy, but the position of the bureaucracy in Indonesia is subordinate to the politics. So that's why if we are talking in Indonesia, the bureaucracy is it's still can interfere by the politics. And bureaucratic governance, yeah, new public management, I think, because that's bureaucratic governance means the reform of the bureaucracy, because we are if we are talking about the you know bureaucracy in Indonesia, we still a lot of reform era, from the old public administration, new public manage new public management, and so forth. So maybe you can learn more about the bureaucracy in next section, in especially in the bureaucratic governance. And what about the bureaucratic reform? So you can watch in other video. I mean, like because I already put in my class how the government reform in Indonesia. You can watch it, and then if you want to look at another video to more understanding about the bureaucratic reform, yeah, please, you can try to search by yourself. Okay, and then for the discussion in my class, I already give you, or I already mentioned about the question, and then you should answer that question. And for wait, okay, so once again, like, yeah, I try to know you about the you know the bureaucratic reform. Like, I will share the PPT with you, but later it will talking about the how bureaucracy in Indonesia reform, and then why government or why bureaucracy have to reform. So actually, okay, so actually, why government or why the bureaucratic in Indonesia try to reform? Because um the quality of the public policy as the output of the bureaucracy reflect to the capacity of bureaucracy process and its personnel. Such it means civil servant. So the strategy to change management, to reform to the public administration, should be directed to transform the bureaucracy through capacity building and empowerment to improve the quality of the public produce. So that's why bureaucracy in Indonesia have to reform, or have to make the better, getting better, better and better, because if we are talking about the quality of service, it's depend on the human capacity, right? So that's why one thing that uh, Indonesia tried to make the better quality of the public service, yeah, try to reform to be first like old public administration. The bureaucracy is regulatory driven by the public service, and then try to high performance public service, and then 2020 until 2024 try to make the dynamic public service. So that's the reform of the bureaucracy. But yeah, I think we will still have time to discuss about this topic. What is the NPM? What is the OPD, All Public Administration, OPA? Sorry, and so and so forth. So we will have more discussion, maybe next week. We try to more detail in the bureaucratic governance. So that's all the materials today. I hope that you can um, enjoy with this video, and then you can understand what I explained before. And if you still have any question, please just let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for your attention. See you.
Jadi nggak, 1, 2, 3.